On this edition of Maury County Now, celebrate with Columbia Rotary's 4th of July event. Catch fire with Michael Colley. Historic Maury County tells you how to connect. And finally, learn about homelessness in Maury County. All this and more on this edition of Maury County Now. Hello and welcome to Maury County Now, Columbia and Maury County's magazine news show covering Maury County. The 4th of July is nearly upon us and the Columbia Rotary Clubs are throwing their 4th annual 4th of July celebration. We spoke with Robin Graham about this hot event for the whole family.
Hi, I'm Robin Graham and I'm at the Columbia Noon Rotary Club. And on behalf of our club and the Columbia Breakfast Club, we would like to invite you to the 4th annual 4th of July parade and program. We're excited to offer this free event to our community based on a way to provide education to our youth about what the 4th of July is really about. So join us at Riverwalk Park on the 4th of July. Come out, decorate your bikes, wagons, anything that you can ride, and celebrate the day with us. We will start at 9 o'clock that morning with a brief program at the Farmers Market Pavilion, and then we'll have our kids ride a parade that goes and winds throughout Riverwalk Park, ending under the bridge near the splash pad with inflatables, snow cones, popcorn, and much more. Again, this is a free community event and we invite you to come out and join the fun. People can find out more information by going to the Columbia Noon Rotary Club or the Columbia Breakfast Club's Facebook page.
Maury County's arts community is well-rooted and ever-growing. We connected with Michael Colley, renowned mural and visual artist who's bringing the heat to the Columbia Arts District.
Hi, I'm Michael Colley and I'm here in beautiful Columbia, Tennessee, painting this mural for the Columbia Fire Department. I've been here for about 2 weeks and I've got the bulk of it pretty well sketched out. I'm probably going to be here another 4 or 5 days depending on the weather. What I'm trying to do is just honor the fire department. They asked me to do a tribute and I designed this mural out. I wanted to create something that had an energy to it. The fire department is about first responders. It's about emergencies. My idea was, to create something that was dramatic and it looked like it was coming out at you. Energy, just excitement. This is also one of the reasons why I chose to do a lot of color in this particular painting. This piece was actually an artist call. I submitted to it. It was a Facebook nationwide artist call, and out of, from what I understand, quite a few submissions, the city picked me. My inspiration on this is really about dedicating to heroes, daily heroes, people who do this kind of work day in, day out. There's a lot of different elements to the wall. This particular piece here of a fireman coming out of the fire, it does represent people who do this job on a daily basis and are day in and day out coming out of the fire. There's going to be a similar piece on the other side where there's a fireman that's walking into the fire. And this is a dedication to a fallen hero, a fireman, Howell, who is the sole fireman who lost his life on duty here at this particular station here in Columbia. This piece right here is also a dedication to a gentleman, African-American gentleman who during the 30s and through the 50s had a very substantial career and a job here at the fire department. This fireman's hat is going to be dedicated to Mr. Jaynes, who is a kind of a fireman fixture here and a well-known character of the station. And then just throughout the whole process, there's a historical value and there's a modern element to it. And they integrate both its historical 150 year celebration with its, state-of-the-art, modern-day department. There is going to be another mural that's on the other side, which is going to be dedicated to more of the entire city of Columbia. And it hasn't been designed yet, so I am asking everyone to come share with me your ideas, your thoughts. What is it about the city that makes you proud, that you'd like to see on a mural, on a painting that represents you well? But please come by and check it out. I've been averaging a visitor about every 20 minutes, and I got to tell you, I've been here for 2 weeks now, and these guys are fantastic. They are great, a great bunch of guys. People have been so kind. They've been bringing me water on the hot days. I've had ladies bring me cookies they've baked. The mayor came by and brought me some cold water one day, which was absolutely mind-blowing. Friend me on my personal Facebook page, because every night I am posting my progress, a daily progress. MichaelColleyFineArt.com, and I also have a website, findamuralartist.com.
We'll be back with more Maury County Now after this.
Really? Buzz, what's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point there, Smokey.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
And now, back to more Maury County Now.
Adam Southern has been traveling, and through his journey, he's learned how to connect back to Maury County. Find out how on this edition of Historic Maury County.
Hello, I'm Adam Southern, and this is another edition of Historic Maury County. I recently got back from a vacation. My wife and I went down to Mississippi and toured several of the towns down there. And anytime I'm on vacation, I like to look around and see if I can find any connection between the place we're visiting and Maury County. And we were in Natchez, Mississippi, and Natchez is a place that we already have a lot in common with because Natchez has so many antebellum homes. They're the antebellum homes capital of the nation. And Maury County is supposedly second on the list of antebellum homes. We have more antebellum homes than any other place but Natchez, Mississippi. So already we have those homes in common. And it was while touring one of those homes, Stanton Hall, that we found several connections between Maury County and Natchez. The first connection that we found was at Stanton Hall. They are missing 2 sconces in their ladies' parlor. Now at the Athenaeum, we have 2 sconces in our parlor that supposedly came out of Stanton Hall. We looked at an old photograph there at Stanton Hall, and sure enough, these look like the same sconces. So already we have that connection with Natchez, Mississippi. But as we continue our tour of Stanton Hall, we come to the dining room. And there in the dining room of Stanton Hall is a large, beautiful portrait of Adelina Patti, who was a famous opera singer during the 1800s. Her first performance was when she was just 12 years old. And she went on to become one of the most famous singers of her time. Now, this portrait is hanging in Stanton Hall because Patti was a friend of the people who owned the house. Now, she also has a Columbia connection because during the Civil War, her brother was a member of the Confederate Army. And she was in Columbia, Tennessee to visit her brother during the war. While she was in Columbia, the ladies of the Columbia Hospital Association they were able to persuade Patti to do a performance to generate some money for the hospital. And she graciously did so. According to Mary Polk Branch's book, Within the Lines, she wrote that they made a crude stage for Patti to get on and perform for the people of Columbia. And they said that the stage was so crudely made and the lighting was just candles with tin reflectors that Patti laughed at the circumstances under which she was performing. She was used to a much more lush environment when she was singing. But she did the performance as a great showwoman and raised money for our hospital. And now her portrait is hanging in Stanton Hall, and that is another connection between Columbia, the Athenaeum, and Natchez, Mississippi. Now, when you're out on your vacations this summer, be sure to look around because no matter where you go, you can find something that will take you back home. And don't forget to come see me at the Maury County Library. Thank you.
Homelessness is on the rise in Maury County. To tell this story is one family and a pastor who has room at the inn.
I'm Caressa.
I'm her daughter.
I was living in an apartment complex in another town. And after I had some occasions going on, I left and I went to Murfreesboro. I stayed with a relative for a couple of months as I was traveling back and forth from Murfreesboro to Columbia to work. And all of a sudden, my cousin had a domestic violence altercation with one of her kids' father. So I left the home and I came to Columbia.
Hi, I'm Jeff Kane, pastor at Westminster Presbyterian Church, 2800 Trotwood here in Columbia, Tennessee. I arrived at this church in the fall of 2013 and began to ask people and situations about what ministries this church could offer. And in talking with people, as well as getting a number of phone calls, I found out and discovered there's a homeless situation. There's a homeless problem in our greater community of Columbia. People do not have shelter from the storms and situations of life. They don't have enough housing is one factor, and another factor is they just have hit their limits. Money has run out, they've lost their jobs, have been evicted from their places of residence. So I began to receive these phone calls, talk with these individuals. I inquired of a number of churches and agencies and found to my dismay that there's no room in the inn here in Columbia from the biblical story of Jesus. I'd learned about the program and studied it in Nashville 28 years ago when I was a pastor there of a priest named Charlie Strobel, who recruited several churches who would take a night during the winter season and offer a fellowship hall, classrooms for one night, and food for folks who need a warm place from the storms of life, winter, rejections, just a comfortable place to get their feet back on the ground. It was slow going in those winter months of 2016, but then on Memorial Day, we began a flood of people, and it continued all the way up through Christmas of 2016, where we housed over 18 adults and 2 children on cots in classrooms. There was no fights, there was no graffiti, there was no incidents of vandalism. Those 18 people have since transitioned onto employment and to their own homes. This summer, since Christmas, we've housed a single mother and her honor student, Central High young person.
I'm 16, about to be 17, and so basically what my mother has been through, I've been through with her, because I'm like a part of her. I'm an honor student and I also work, so that's pretty much what I do right now. At the same time, like going back and forth from work, working long shifts, and you're coming home, and it gets kind of overwhelming because like we have a home, but it's like not our home.
The need in our community is alarming. I've read over 130 children in the public school system are homeless by standards. And I get a call probably once every 10 days for people looking for shelter. Basic roof over their heads, somewhere to get out of the chaos, the trauma. Many come here, I've heard stories, sleeping in their vans, their cars, or at KOA campgrounds, or at Maury County Park under benches. And we have taken a decision here to open as many doors as we can. We can't house everybody. I keep beating on walls and doors of various churches and agencies, and I just can't seem to open or pry open the hearts and the doors. But we here at Westminster have continued to open our doors and will so. We don't have a large congregation. We have limited funding. We don't have beds, again, showers or laundry facilities. But somehow, as we would say, by the grace of God, we're able to provide shelter and support and love to what we consider these children of God. Their stories are fascinating. They're people like you and I that are this close, one paycheck away from losing our house or ways to provide for our children.
Because sometimes she'll come to me, it's like, are we ever going to find a place to stay? And I'm like, yeah, just have to be patient and just wait. So I think what's overwhelming is just trying to find an apartment just to suit our needs. Yeah. And I think that's the biggest concern. But at the same time, I told her just have to be patient. We're not rushed or forced to leave here. We're welcome to stay as long as we want. I think that's the main thing, is just finding a vibrant here that suits our resources.
Living here is like the greatest opportunity I have, but like when you see other homeless people, it makes you feel bad because like you want to hurry up and get out of here so they can take your place.
My long-term dream is if we could open more churches or empty buildings or provide a facility for this room in the inn, because they're all guests, and as the Bible tells us, if you entertain strangers unawares, you might well be entertaining angels of God. And so we have that philosophy. We have no paid staff here for this program. It's all volunteer. The monies we receive are all generous gifts. We have no board of directors. We have no fabulous kitchens. We have no outstanding facilities. People sleep on cots, some on floors. The 18, 19 people that we've served to date have all gained employment. They're all have found their way. They've gotten back on their feet. They've found employment, education, and they're on their way. We simply provided them a short stay, some a couple months, others longer, just to get back on their feet, get their heads together, to receive calm and peace and quiet, support and love, like an extended family. So Room in the Inn is like the safety net many of us are privileged to have.
Looking back over the past couple months and stuff that's happened, I feel like I'm kind of proud of us because there's many days that like I was like I didn't want to like keep going. So I'm glad I didn't stop. I kept going, even though like everything would happen. I still had to go through school, and there's many times like, man, while I'm like still going to school and this is happening, can I just like, quit school? And then like positive, because I'm like no, because I got to think about my future. I'm like, this is only temporary right now, so I just got to push through. So, and then like, you know, faith, because hopeful. Without God, I wouldn't be here in this here in this place.
Never give up. Always pray, give your everything to God, and let Him see your way through life. It hurts sometimes, but at the same time, I still pick up and go, because I know eventually one thing, everything's gonna fall into a puzzle. Just never give up. Never give up in life. Sometimes I know a lot of people feel like giving up, but I never have. I still keep going.
To find out more information about any of the stories you've seen on this edition of Maury County Now, check out our website at maurycountynow.com and look in the show notes for more details. Maury County Now is produced by Columbia TNTV. From all of us here at the Maury County Now cast and crew, thanks for watching, and we'll see you sometime.